Welcome to the deep dive. So we've got this amazing stack of sources you sent over about John Caudwell, the Phones for You founder. We're going to dive into what it really, costs to build a business worth 2.4 billion pounds.
Exactly. Our mission today is to really unpack the sheer resilience that takes, but also, and I think this is the core of it, the surprising and almost painful personal values that were forged in a really tough childhood.
Yeah, values that shaped everything, his business ruthlessness and later on this intense philanthropy.
And when you read his account, the paradox is just, it's so stark. I mean, he built this monument to success, but he says he was sitting on the edge of my seat nearly every day for 20 years.
Working 22 hours a day sometimes. He actually admitted it did nearly finish me.
Which, it makes you ask, is that admirable or is it a huge warning sign? The sources suggest his drive came from this really intense internal conflict. It's rooted in his upbringing.
Right, in the back streets of Silicon-on-Trent. He was a rebellious kid, but he learned this core lesson from what he saw as just relentless unfairness from his father.
And there's one story that just says it all.
The shoes.
The shoes. He was forced to wear these old Army and Navy shoes that he said physically crippled him when he tried to play football.
And at the same time, he had to keep them pristine. If they got scuffed, he was punished for it.
It's just, I mean, what's so fascinating is what grew out of that. Out of this purely punitive environment, he didn't just get tough.
No.
He made a resolution, a promise to himself, that he would never be unfair to another person, especially not his own kids. He saw fairness as the, quote, #1 quality people need.
And that idea of fairness and maybe control,
Mm-hmm.
it just defines his entire career.
It really does. And that commercial intellect he developed was put to the test, like immediately. He faced what he called an instantly terminal threat.
This is the Motorola story. They accounted for, what, 90% of his entire business?
90%. And they just terminated his agreement. Then, to make it worse, they encouraged his own manager to quit and set up a rival business.
That's not just business, that's corporate warfare.
Oh, it was a deliberate attempt to destroy him. But his fight back, it's just a masterclass in resilience. He came at it from two angles. First, and this is clever,
Yeah.
he started secretly buying handsets cheaper from other service providers, ones who had better volume discounts than he did.
Oh, wait, so he used their own supply chain structure against them. That's brilliant.
Absolutely. But the second move was pure strategic revenge.
Okay.
He partnered with Nokia. And you have to remember, Nokia was tiny then. They had like a 1% market share in the UK.
And his goal was just to take down Motorola.
Explicitly. He said he wanted to kill Motorola. And that deal, that one partnership, helps Nokia get to a 20% market share in a single year.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And that whole desperate experience forged one of his biggest business lessons, right? The 10% rule.
Exactly. The 10% rule. It's not just about diversifying suppliers. It's about structural risk mitigation.
Okay.
He says you should never have more than 10% of your supply, your sales, or even a critical responsibility tied to any one single source.
So not one vendor, not one sales channel, not even one key employee.
It's an insulation strategy built to survive a catastrophe like the one he faced.
So if that was his defense, was the whole battle just for the money? Or was there something, bigger driving him?
The sources are really clear on this. It was always about a destiny beyond just being rich. Even as a little kid, he used to visualize it.
He pictured himself in a Rolls Royce handing out money.
Yeah, that he would get wealthy and then just give it all away.
And that vision became Caudwell Children, his charity. The trigger for that was a meeting with the NSPCC, wasn't it?
A pivotal moment. They showed these videos of sexually abused children, and he said it just prompted him to fire immediately into action.
What's remarkable, though, is how he runs it. The business efficiency he brings to his philanthropy.
It's unbelievable. To avoid that whole critique about high admin costs in charities, he set it up so his company, the Caudwell Group, pays for everything.
Every single running cost.
Every wage, every car, every phone bill. It means that 100% of public donations go directly to the kids who need it.
That is a powerful way to deliver on that childhood promise of fairness.
Hmm.
I mean, he taught his own kids that success wasn't about the billions.
No, it was about two simple things. Be happy and leave the world a better place than you found it.
A pretty powerful summary of a very high-stakes life.
It really is, and it leaves a big question for you, for anyone listening. Caudwell suggested that this kind of ambition is often a complicated mix of pride and, deep insecurity. So if you look at your own background, how is that mix driving your highest goals today?